Welcome back. Well, mild for the last couple of days of 2024, but moving into 2025, cooler air on the way. Temperatures getting closer to where they should be this time of year. And about a week to 2 weeks down the road, we could see a significant winter chill. We'll have more on that in just a bit. First off, though, let's take a look at this upper level pattern. We have west-northwesterly winds aloft, drier air moving in. So overall, this is a dry and eventually is going to be a cooler pattern, as this upper level low has got a surface low attached to it as well. It's producing rain across the middle part of America and then back to the northwest high plains, seeing some snows and more snows down the line for those folks there. But locally here, it's been a breezy, mild day with southwesterly winds out ahead of our next front. This front, though, is going to come through without much fanfare, maybe a little fog out ahead of it, and that fog will blow out when this front gets here, which is probably going to be right around daybreak tomorrow for most of us here in Acadiana. But let's move back to last Saturday with all of that severe weather. Look at all the severe weather reports across the region. Supercell thunderstorm that did produce an EF3, a high-end EF3, almost EF4 tornado, 161-mile-per-hour winds as assessed by the National Weather Service. And we think this was one tornado from a supercell storm that probably still produced tornadoes into Cameron Parish. But again, you're in the marshy area. It's tough to find where the tornado damage would be. But this one was a half-mile wide tornado at one point. And again, you can see the other severe weather reports: hail, high winds, several other tornadoes in western Louisiana, mostly EF1s, about 100-mile-an-hour winds. And you can see more numerous reports of wind damage and tornadoes going into Mississippi. And just the region in general, the nearby states, total of 274 severe weather reports, 15 injuries. There was a fatality back in southeast Texas with that big tornado. So it was a busy one Saturday, but fortunately things could have been worse, and things moved along pretty quickly. Now, the next big thing on the meteorological menu is that part of the polar vortex is going to get dislodged, so the surface temperatures and Arctic air is going to be sinking into the northern plains first as we head into next week, then the Great Lakes, and this is just the Euro model. This just gets us out 10 days, but then we look at the Climate Prediction Center, and it shows us that most of that cold air is heading for much of the deep southeast and the east coast of the U.S., and we're going to get a taste of it as well. How cold will that be for us? Hard to tell. I would guess low to mid-20s for lows at night, but it depends on where the axis of this cold air will be. Will it be farther to the east or a little bit farther to the west? And then will there be any precipitation around? We can't answer any of those questions, but winter is coming in about 8 to 14 days, we'll say. In the near term, we do have a cool front on the way, upper 50s, lower 60s tonight with some fog, as we mentioned. Then tomorrow, back to a breezy and sunny day with temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 60s, this time a north wind. And then as we head into tomorrow night, going into Wednesday, it's going to be nice and cool for New Year's Day with temperatures starting out New Year's morning in the lower 40s. That high pressure eventually banking off to the east. And then we see return flow clouds and maybe some showers as we get into Thursday afternoon, evening. But that next front doesn't quite make it here, but we have a stronger front down the line. Near term tonight, low to mid 50s for the northern parishes, mid to upper 50s, so about 5 to 8 degrees milder than last night. And then we have that fog factor as well. Then for tomorrow, temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 60s pretty much across the board. Normal high this time of year should be about 63 degrees. Normal low should be about 44. We haven't been close to that in a while, but tomorrow night going into Wednesday morning, we'll see upper 30s to lower 40s pretty much across the board. Lower 40s I-10 corridor and down along the coast as well. So cooler jacket weather at least on the way as we head into the new year. But for tonight, 58 is going to be your low. Some fog mixed in as well, so keep that in mind. But I think it blows out of here by first thing in the morning. And then tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures topping out mid to upper 60s after that morning fog, if any is left over. It will be breezy and turning cooler, and you'll feel that going into the evening hours. Certainly jackets and sweaters as we ring in the new year. And then some nice weather for New Year's Day, clouding up as we indicated Thursday. A little unsettled here, but temperatures near normal going into the weekend. Stronger front, better chance of storms on Sunday, and then the winter chill sets in, and temperatures could only get colder beyond that 10-day forecast, we think. We'll have to just wait and see. That's it for weather for now. We're going to have more coming up a little later in the show.